Hey, what's up? How are you doing? Hopefully, you watch this to the end and pick up every gem I drop in the video. So, I told you to stay tuned and I was going to show you exactly how to get your license, right? I told you it was repetition. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you all the ingredients you need to get your C.D.L permits before signing up for school. Have you ever looked in the mirror and just knew your life wasn't where it was supposed to be? Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you had an opportunity, guidance, or some direction? Well, your time is now. Don't let anything stop you from reaching for the stars. Walk into the future as a new person. In this two-part video, we will be discussing exactly what to study in order to get your Class A C.D.L permit. Keep in mind, the permit is going to get you in class. There's one more part that you will have to learn in order to get out of class. But that's another video for another day. So, come on. So, you ready to drive trucks, huh? Well, the only thing that's stopping you is you. The only thing that's holding you up is you. Excuse after excuse. Blah, blah, blah. You want to do this. You want to do that. You can't do this because you can't do that. Well, you just got to find a little time. You got to come up with a strategy. And you got to make time for yourself. Remember that. There's nothing wrong with being selfish sometimes. The first thing you would do is get a copy of your state commercial driver's license manual from your local DMV office, or you can easily download it. This book is the first ingredient to the recipe. It's a must have. It's going to show you everything you need to know by the book. The book is law. The table of contents. The table of contents is your guides for what to study. You want to start with the introduction. Read all the highlighted chapters through. Make sure to do the questions at the back of each subsection. Driving safely, transporting cargo safely, air brakes, combination vehicles, and pre-trip vehicle inspection is what you need to pass the test. Go ahead and read basic vehicle control skills. It's only about 2 pages, and on-road driving, it's about 4. Only study transporting passengers safely, doubles and triples, tank vehicles, hazard materials, or school buses if you plan on having those endorsements on your license. The introduction will introduce you to the rules and regulations of the grade of license you're trying to obtain. It also speaks on the skills test, what can disqualify your license, and the violations of out of service orders. Section 2. Section 2 is the longest chapter in the book. Once you're done with chapter 2, you have basically got half of the reading over with. This chapter can be very discouraging, and the reason why I kept starting and stopping and stopping and starting when I was getting my license. What I recommend is that you mix this chapter with the second ingredient hand in hand. Chapter 2 teaches you everything you need to know about the vehicle inspection, controlling the vehicle, shifting gears, space management, driving in different weather, the braking system, just everything you need to know to grow comfortable and get to know the truck. Chapter 2. Okay, after each chapter, you will see questions titled subsection 2.1, 2.3, 3.4, 3.5, etc. Be sure to answer the questions. Go back in the chapter to help you find the answers if you need to. The answers are there. This will help you to remember what you read in the long run. Behind each section that you read, you will see subsections with questions. So they won't just be at the end of each chapter, it'll be 2 or 3 sets of questions throughout the chapter. Do all your questions. Trust and believe. You want to do the questions. No, you do not read the hazard chapter if you do not want the hazmat endorsements on your license. But there are certain hazard rules that you need to know as a driver. So, there is a few pages dedicated to that in this chapter. Don't worry, there's no need to learn all the placards. Just look them over and try to remember what color goes to what category. Remember, in each chapter, do the questions. Section 3, Transporting Cargo Safely. This section teaches you how to inspect and secure cargo properly. It teaches you the importance of and how to balance the weights. In this section, you will learn the definitions of the weights and what their limits are. It is the driver's responsibility to make sure that the load is not overweight. Remember, we're doing all the questions in the back of each chapter. Section 4, Transporting Passengers Safely. You do not need this section for a Class A driver's license. You only need to study this section if you plan on driving a charter bus. This is what you call an endorsement. Air brakes. This is the most important attribute to your C.D.L's license. I recommend, after studying this section, find a video on YT and follow the steps. Sit in a chair and act as if you are in the truck. The key is to remember the steps as if you are doing it on the test. That way, when test day comes, everything is repetition. In this chapter, you're going to learn everything about the brake system, the brake pedal, the foundation brakes, the reason for it, and how to use the safety valves, the anti-braking system, the supply pressure gauges, and how and why the dual brakes work the way that they do. You will be tested on how to check the spring brakes, the rates of the air pressure buildup, the air leakage rate, and the compressor governor cut in and cut out pressures. It's important to your license that you understand these steps, step by step, clearly. You can get your license without passing the air brakes on your test, but you won't get a job. You won't work for nobody. Every truck you see on the road have air brakes. That's why it's important that you make sure that you know the brake system. Study, study, study your brake system. Do your brake system and study it the same way you're going to do it when you take your test. It's repetition. If you do it the way that you're going to do it on the test, then you won't forget the steps. Another thing, a lot of people are getting their license with automatic restrictions on them. I mean, don't I, I don't want to hinder anybody because that's the way you got to get it, get it. But if you have a choice, meaning that that means you took your license and you took your test in an automatic truck, so they put a restriction on your license. But if you have a choice between an automatic and a manual, choose manual. You might never shift gears again after you get out of school the way trucks are out here. But you might have to shift a gear. You might have to shift one in a state of emergency. That might just be the only job that's available at the time. You never know. Just try not to hinder yourself with that automatic restriction on your license. Learn how to shift gears. It's not that hard. And they actually say people that don't know how to drive a stick shift car, it's easier to learn how to shift gears in the truck. Me personally, I used to wouldn't think I was a truck driver unless I was shifting gears. I mean, now my knees so bad to I wouldn't shift a gear, but I know how to shift gears. I don't have that restriction on my license, and I have a few stories on another video. Combination vehicles, section 6. In this section, you're gonna learn that this is the tractor and the trailer. You're going to learn about coupling and uncoupling, the difference between the air, service, and emergency lines. You're going to learn how the anti lock and the air brake system work on combination vehicles. This section is going to also speak on trailer skids. turning wide, and backing up with a trailer. Remember,
Your
test your
license.
knowledge. And if doubles and triples are in your region, because they're not all over. So make sure this is what you want. This is the field you want to go into inside trucking before you do it. If you do want to study your endorsements, now is a good time to study them. When you get your license in the beginning, study all your endorsements then and just go ahead and get them on your license. Again, Section 8 is an endorsements. You can get your license without your endorsements. You only want to get your endorsements if that's the field that you want to go into. A lot of tanker vehicles, me personally, I have my tankers, but I didn't have my hazmat. I passed the test for my hazmat, but I didn't go and get the background check. But a lot of people, when they get your tankers, your hazmats, and your tweet card, they go hand in hand. Remember, hazard materials is an endorsement. You only study this section, learn your plat cards if you want that endorsement on your license. Side note, if you're going in for hazard materials, make sure that you can pass a background check because you will have to get a clearance and a fingerprint and a background check before you even before you get it on your license. You can take the test for it, but in order for you to get that endorsement on your license, you have to have a clear background. Section 10, school buses. Again, you only study this if this what you plan on doing. A lot of times you don't even have to study for your endorsement to get a school bus license. A lot of time you go to your local area and you start off by applying to drive school buses. And when you go to apply to drive school buses, they train you in order to drive the bus. And that's how you get your Class B license. A lot of people in my area, I drove school buses for 2 years, but I didn't transition over. I wish I did now, but I didn't transition over with a lot of people that transition over from driving the school buses to driving the local city line bus. Because the city line bus had a whole lot of better benefits in my area than the school buses. But a lot of people drive school buses first. They'll go through the school system and start driving school buses and drive school bus for a little while. And that'll give you your Class B license. And it'll also put that passenger's endorsements on your license. You get all that when you get trained to drive the school bus. And then you just transfer your license over from driver where you just go and apply for your local city line bus. And you already have your license, your endorsements with experience because you've been driving school buses. Chapter 11, Pre-Trip Vehicle Inspection. In this section, it just breaks down everything you're going to have to do in your pre-trip. First, you're going to get your permit. Once you get your permit, you're going to go to school. And while you're in school, you're going to learn the parts of the truck. And then when you learn the parts of the truck, that's going to be your pre-trip. You're going to learn those parts in order to be able to pass your pre-trip. We'll do that in the next video on how I ended up passing my pre-trip and what I did to prep for that. But you learn your just don't worry about that right now. You can do it. You can do it. Just take it one step at a time. Right now, you focus on the tools that's going to get you in school. And that's this video right here. On the next video, I'm going to show you the steps and the stuff that you need to learn to get out of school. But this chapter just goes through and show you item by item what's going to be checked in your pre-trip, what you need to look for, what the part need to do, and what the part shouldn't be doing. Don't let it intimidate you. You can do it. Basic Vehicle Control Skills Test, Chapter 12. Your control skills test, this is the test that you're going to take when you get out of school. Basically, this is your road test. This the test you're going to take to see how good you back up, how good you do your offset back and your straight line back, and how comfortable you are driving on the road with real traffic. So you won't get there yet. You don't have to study it, but just look over it and prepare yourself for what you're walking into. Chapter 13, on road driving. These two chapters go hand in hand. Your basic skill test and your on the road driving. It's the same thing. You're gonna be practicing your basic skills in school. After you get your permit and stuff, you're gonna practice your basic skills on the yard first. And once you get your basic skills down and get comfortable with that, they're gonna take you straight out on the road and start training you to drive with traffic in real time. So they go hand in hand. In this section, it just breaks down what you're being tested on when you out on the road, how you turn, the distance you keep from other drivers, whether you panic or not, around different situations. So they go hand in hand. Everything is about preparation and repetition. Just remember that. It's about preparation and repetition. So if you prepare yourself now and get your repetition together about remembering what to do and how to do it, once you start testing those skills and once you get on that road, you're going to be more comfortable because it's going to come to you. It's going to come to you what you remember. It's going to come to you what you learn. It's going to come to you what to do if it's something that you want to do. Just go forward. Take it one step at a time and go forward.